Welcome, tourists, to a very special episode of No, I can't do that. Hey guys, how's it going? This is Joey. Welcome to the pre-jury reality resort roundtable. In this video, we're going to be going over the 5 blocks that we've had thus far, talking to our BAs about their experience, talking about anything we can think of behind the scenes. Basically, this is just going to be like a super laid-back, chill video, which is why I get just B-roll of the episodes. I don't feel like editing. I don't want to bother my editor with having to put together a whole flashy thing for an hour. So, yeah. Joined with me today are 3 of our reality resort voice actors. We have Shane, the voice of Seth. We have Kylie, the voice of Kylie.
Hi.
Super easy to remember, I know. And then we have Inferno, voice of Tino.
What's up?
If you guys want to introduce yourselves one at a time in elimination order. So Shane, you first.
Oh, well, ain't much to introduce here. I voice Seth. I haven't voiced anything else. Yeah.
Inside, my guy.
Amazing. I'm Kylie. I'm the voice of Kylie. Very easy to remember. And I do a lot of voice acting now. Similar shows like the Million Game Academy and Travel Trials and more to come. But yeah, I'm happy to be here.
And I'm Inferno, the voice of Tino. I'm not in much else, but I'm frankly just very happy to be here. And hopefully down the line I can be in more. You never know where you might find me.
Never know.
Yes.
Just keep the doors open, right?
Obviously.
All right, so I think best way to go about this is we'll just go 1 block at a time, discuss what happened in each block a little bit, what we might have improved upon, our thoughts, that sort of thing. So let's start with the first block. That would have been just the introductory block, the only one that we had under ONC, the one that had Seth going home against Topaz. Whoever wants to start.
That was a surprising elimination for me. I have to say, I did not expect him to be first boot. And I was actually kind of sad about it.
No. I don't know.
I love both Seth and Topaz, though, so
they're great.
I was going to be sad either way.
No, for real.
Yeah, it's funny. I didn't know either until the script for season 2 came out. For episode 2 came out.
Wait a minute.
We're getting a little ahead of ourselves,
Whoa, Seth for season 2.
Let's go.
But no, yeah, I got that episode 2 script. I think on a certain level, I was kind of like, I guess I could see that, but it was sad.
Yeah.
No.
Someone always has to end up being the first boot, but I think the best thing you can do is try to make them as memorable as possible. Just try to set up their elimination to where it makes sense, and then that way you can spend a lot of the other runtime building up your characters. But one thing I will say is I'm very glad we've moved on from that animation style. Not any knock to any of the animators that worked on episode 1 or 2, but it looks very rigid compared to what we have now is the best I can say. Not really flashy, kind of flat. So I'm glad we are past that point. As far as episodes go, I didn't really put in much work until episodes 4 and 5. I was brought in while episode 1 was in post-production. I remember hey, episode 2 and 3, these scripts are also done, just give them a read. And then 4, I had some wiggle room for. Words are very hard when you're improvising.
Yes.
Recommendations for lines. There's probably a better way to phrase that I'll think of later. Right now, it's not coming to me. Either way, I was able to put in some input there for episode 4 and then kind of just build further and further from there with trying to set up challenges for episode 5 and onward, or at least trying to help out in that department. So episode 1 and 2, I don't have much of an attachment to. because I wasn't really involved. But again, I do think it was a good introduction. There's definitely ways it can be improved, like it could be a little snappier, for example. There's definitely a couple dead weight lines that are there. Just general things that can be cleaned up, but it wasn't the worst start, I think.
No. And yeah, I mean, it can be kind of hard. It feels like you get that. It's like at the very start, you just have so many characters and you want to give everyone some time. And so, like, you know, I can see that it's like, we had to give him something to say right there.
Yeah, and bouncing off of that too. So, including Victoria, there's 17 different characters for the first 2 episodes. If the runtime, I think the runtime for each was about 24, 25 minutes, somewhere in that ballpark. So take a combined 48 to 50 minutes, divide that by 17. If you're dividing that completely evenly, everyone only gets about 2 minutes, which isn't really the most time to work with anything.
No, that would be insane.
Right.
Yeah, and on top of that, you kind of have to be able to create a narrative. You can't just have a bunch of group scenes where it's like, oh, Kylie said this, Cheryl said that, and then in response to that, Annalise said that. You don't have time for that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The thing with Reality Resort in general is that the main concept is off of Big Brother. I know Cove brings up King of the Nerds. I haven't watched that, so I don't have any basis to talk off of that.
Please do. It's so good.
I need to watch it too.
I will at some
Y'all,
point.
I beg.
I will at some point. Now is not the point, but at some point I will. But what I'm trying to say is the main concept of the show bounces off of Big Brother. Now, if you haven't watched Big Brother, after commercials, it's 3 different episodes over the course of a week. That has about 2 hours of runtime before commercials. And in the pre-jury episodes, we were squeezing basically the content of that into a third of a runtime, which is obviously going to create some growing pains for, hey, I don't know who this person is. I don't know who that person is, especially when the cast is as big as it is. And then now we're in the pre-jury, which fortunately we have a little more wiggle room, but at the same time, we have even less runtime technically per block, because instead of it being about 48-50, now it's about a half of that. It's a lot of condensing work, I would say.
Yes.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, I can see, it's like, the first few episodes definitely does feel like maybe it could have benefited from having a little more time to breathe, but...
A little more time, or possibly even just a smaller starting cast would be an option.
Yeah.
Especially since this is a show taking off from the ground, maybe a cast of, say, 14 or even 12 characters would probably do the trick.
Yeah,
I can see that vision.
that's true. But then looking at all the casts, it's like, okay, everyone kind of has their place still, though.
Yeah, I don't want to cut anyone.
I can't imagine the show without any of them.
Yeah, I'm not sitting here like, ew, Monica, get her out of here. No, I love Monica.
No, Monica.
I'm just saying, like, let's just assume all the characters are like blank slate, whatever. Bob number 1, Bob number 2, Stephanie number 3, whatever. I feel like just with the budget being as experimental as it is, probably could have used a slight slimming down. But at the end of the day, not my show. Just gonna support the vision as it's put out in front of me. So
Yeah. It's still making it work.
absolutely.
And we're all still having a fun time while doing it, right?
Exactly.
Especially now that I'm doing a little voice work now for these episodes. Shh, surprise.
That's so
Oh.
exciting.
I can't say anything, but I do make an appearance sometime soon, so stay tuned for that.
Ooh.
Okay.
And this is the problem with now planning this out in advance. I don't have a smooth way to transition into Block 2, but let's talk about Block 2.
Block 2.
Yeah, block 2, that would have been the one where we lost Cheryl. We had Kylie doing her little spin. The Life's a Beach.
Aww.
The airplane that was somehow 2D, but also I think VJ was sitting on the plane at one point.
Oh, it's VJ. He can do what he wants.
That's very true.
Yeah. The laws of physics don't apply to VJ.
True.
Specifically his
true.
confessionals.
Yeah.
Yo.
If I had the flexibility that man has, dear God, the power. But yeah, let's talk about
I
block
remember
2.
getting the first script for block 2. It was episode 3, and I just remember being so sad. Like, no, this wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah. To be fair, though, it makes narrative sense because we do have someone who's trying to come through as a powerhouse character off the bat, while at the same time openly and loudly strategizing in a common area like the kitchen. Should have fought that through a little better, Cheryl.
That was...
Sorry.
Cheryl, we
was
all love
not
you,
a
but
good
girl,
move.
why?
She flew a little too close to the sun.
Yeah. But then, by that same token, Finn. Spine of a water slide, that man. I feel like it could have been really easy for him to try to get, Brad, the person we'd set up as a support for him, or maybe Annalise or Isadora Drew, just someone on that team, to be like, hey, you know what? Marcus is kind of a dick. Let's get rid of him. And they can set him up against Annalise or whoever, but yeah, no. I think that first block was just the start of my mentality that the men on the show kind of suck. At least some of them.
Look, they're doing their best. It's not always the best option, but they're doing their best.
It's a best.
They could absolutely
Tino
do
has
better.
no faults though, so
Yeah, no, Tino is chill. Tino's fine.
Honestly, this episode 3 in particular is starts this little weird funny trend that I'm glad the storyboarders did, where it's like Tito's just randomly adorable in the background for no reason whatsoever.
I love that.
Just you watch him just in the background of the block battle, just looking around at the block battle, the immunity challenge, just looking around for airplane pieces. I'm like, Tino, where are you going?
It don't matter. He's just here to have fun.
Exactly. I love that for him.
I think for Kylie, episode 3 showed a lot of personality for her that we didn't get to see in the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, I think the likes of Cheryl and Kylie and characters along those lines were kind of just who type characters after the end of her first block, just because so much of the focus is on Brad and Annalise and Seth, and then also you have to have a little bit of VJ time and just a couple other different characters from there. So Kylie and Cheryl just kind of ended up being background pieces, so I'm glad we got to flesh them out more in the second block, even if it had that tragic ending that it did. But again, men suck. I will go on record saying this over and over again.
Yeah, that was a very interesting move, but if I really think about it, I get it. Dude was scared he was going up and then going home, so.
Yeah.
When you're back in a corner.
Fear makes you do weird things.
Exactly.
I just think he could have done more since you have an alliance of 3 on a team of 8.
Yeah.
You could have tried to make a little push somewhere, but Finn,
Hey, it's not like TV unless you're yelling at the screen a little,
True.
Are we truly watching a reality TV if we aren't wanting to throw a soda can at one of these people?
Yeah. I will come through that screen and I will throttle you.
What?
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Ignore that.
I lightly spaced out on the first part. I just heard the "I will throttle you" part, and I was like, "What?"
But, sometimes you're just watching and you're like, oh my god, you are making all the wrong decisions.
Got you.
Yes. No, I
Keep it
feel that.
together.
That's how I feel watching Survivor for the 50th season. But something I have to remember is like, okay, they only have their perspective, and we have like everything more or less. So
Yeah.
We
And
can
even
see
then, we're
all.
seeing a sort of biased sort of narration with that. 'Cause
True.
You have to frame it around who makes it far.
Mhm.
You can't show
Yeah,
off every
that's
solid
fair.
game move, especially if it doesn't really go anywhere.
that's true.
And we're only getting, 2-3 hours out of the 24, 48, 72, whatever it ends up being for that
Yeah.
particular round.
Pretty much. Like by all accounts, we are even in like a scripted show like Reality Resort, we are seeing a truncated version of what all happened.
True.
Yeah.
True.
I love the little live feeds we get though. Those are awesome. And I like the
True.
little peek into what happens off screen.
Those were my favorite thing to write, honestly, as we were developing the episodes, just because it was like nice little slice of life moments where we can highlight characters that didn't really get a lot of spotlight. Like, for example, how Kylie and Cheryl
Yeah.
ended up getting the first one for between episodes 2 and 3. Again, tragic as to what happened, but it was a nice little thing. I meant to say this at the start, by the way, but if you want to make a live feed, we do have them available on our Patreon now. They're $115. I'm very ready to write one. I might order one myself, I'll be honest. I have a couple ideas rolling around in my brain. Outside of that, we do also have greeting options for 30 seconds, 60 seconds, and then also the audio-only Tourist Talk, which is 45 seconds. I don't remember pricing off the top of my head. I'll put it on screen here, but yeah, just head over to the Patreon.
It just lowered,
support
right?
us.
For the animated ones?
Yeah, I want to say the numbers off the top of my head are 90 for the 60 seconds and 100... No, because 190 is the 60-second one. I don't remember 30-second price off the top of my head. Either way, it was about a 40% discount for both, so...
Yes.
Does the brain want a brain right now? No. Okay, let's talk about block free. That would have
The
been
memory block. The memory block, if I'm right?
Yes, that would have been the one where we had the booth challenge, which is very reminiscent of a lot of Big Brother challenges. VJ doing a VJ, Kylie going home. Sad times.
So sad.
But yeah, let's talk about it.
I remember thinking, okay, yay, Kylie won. She has a little bit of plot armor, right? No.
No.
But the way it was written, it was very, like, it was cool. Like, I was sad, but it was really cool to read through and just see, like, wow, this is a journey.
Now, obviously, I
I
wish
love
we got
it.
more time with Kylie. Of all the 5 pre-jurors, sorry to Seth, sorry to Tino. I do wish we got more time with Kylie. Just because she has that whole background of like, oh, I'm a streamer, I'm a gamer, this sort of thing is up my alley. And her time just ended up getting kind of super short, especially after block 2. If it were me,
what if the next...
I probably would have used my idol, even if I'm trusting Finn in that moment, because I just got nominated. But it's fine.
Yeah, that was a severe lapse in judgment for her, but I still love her, but that was a no-no moment, Kylie.
That was very not cash money.
And this is no offense to Shane or my own character, the character that we voice, but I definitely do feel like if you forced me to sit down and pick one of the pre-jurors to like go on longer in the game, it would be Kylie. Because I think everyone else left at the right time.
Absolutely.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Now, question
Like,
is...
Kylie, no, come back.
Now, I have my idea
The next
for who
challenge
I
was
would
a 1v1 on Dust.
Now I have my idea for who I would have eliminated third instead. I'm just going to go ahead and ask you, Inferno, based off of that. Who would you have eliminated in this spot instead?
God, it's like, I know, like, in my heart of hearts, if I could, like, take the pen and change things on my own, I would have Kylie at least survive at least one more block. But it's like, I don't know who I want to put in that spot then, because I can't just switch her and Charles's placements, because you kind of do need the third block to give a little more time to show VJ and Charles being buddy-buddy, and how Marcus is kind of looking into Charles as well at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, otherwise that whole thing becomes just rushed then. So it's like, I can't do that. Like, again, you can't also transplant Tino because he needs to be the final pre-juror. That just makes sense.
Right.
Right.
So I can't, like, do a switcheroo of some kind. So it's like, crap. And if I get rid of anyone else, the narrative shifts dramatically in a way that I don't know anymore. So I'm like, what do?
I feel that 100%.
So here's the working thought that I've had here. No shock to anyone, just based on the conversation we've had so far. I would probably get rid of Finn here. He doesn't really have his head in the game, at least at the very start, because it's all about Patricia. So it's very easy to kind of slot him in as like, hey, he's distracted, physical threat that's gaining social capital, yada, yada, yada. And on top of that, it could be seen as him trying to protect Kylie in some way, or at least getting caught up in that. And the way that I was really thinking about going about that is VJ was the one that saw Kylie with the idol, and that kind of spearheaded that whole movement to get her out of the house that block. I feel like instead of just trying to eliminate her and flush out the idol that way, it could have maybe been an idea to try to blackmail her a little bit, same way Marcus did with Finn, and have her advance a little bit that way. Get rid of someone who's on the stronger side, and then try to keep Kylie around as an extra vote as need be until it's the right time to chop her.
Yeah, I could see that. That would have been interesting too.
It definitely does still, like,
It's
change.
hard though, because everyone's developed, like, now everyone's a little bit more developed, and it's like, oh,
Yeah, it
what
kind
if
of
we never got to see him develop that way?
Yeah, it's kind of just like a Pandora's box type deal where, not Pandora's box, sorry, butterfly effect, where you change one thing and then a million things end up changing as a result of that. Like, for example, how helpful would Kylie would have been in the 4th and 5th block battles, for example, instead of Finn.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of those crazy things where, like, even people who could speculate what happens if certain people stay over other people in the actual Big Brother, you make this one change and you're like, what does this change for this show? It's crazy.
Yeah, because it might feel right to eliminate someone, let's just say second, but you might also kind of really need their vote at the final 5 that you just don't have because you eliminated them 2 months ago. There's layers and thought to it. When's the right time to cut someone? Speaking of right time to cut someone, Charles, block 4. Absolutely perfect time for him, in my opinion. Also, probably my favorite block of the ones that we've put out so far. I'm really, really soft on the episode 8 challenge myself. It's probably one of my favorite ones to help develop. But let's talk about block 4, the birthday party, Charles going bye-bye, Brad and Sarah getting closer, so on.
His elimination was so sad for me. Like, I do agree that was the right time to cut him, because I just couldn't really see any more progression from him. But the way that he just went out, it was just so heart-wrenching. But really creative and awesome too.
I will always think about the shot of VJ looking at the gold paint soaked hands.
Yes.
The literal blood on his hands for getting rid of probably the closest person he had in that entire house. But at what purpose?
That is an amazing shot.
Mhm. I was about to say the exact same thing, so cool, perfect.
Can't really tell. Let's go.
So with this block in particular, we also got a lot of development with the Annalise, Sarah, and Brad love triangle, or as some people like to call it, the het slop. What are your guys? What are your guys' thoughts on that whole dynamic?
I mean,
it's something.
I think Brad and Sarah are cute, but like, I don't know. Usually the love triangle thing isn't my cup of tea.
Same.
But that doesn't mean like it's a bad plot. It's just not really my thing.
I just kind of feel like both girls can do better, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like, it's a love triangle where you're kind of like, yeah, but what if we like, what if it didn't happen? Like, just don't do it.
Genuinely though, I kind of do love the tension between Sarah and Annalise.
I
do love their interactions.
Yeah. I just wish we would talk it out a little bit.
Yeah. I just feel like they're not really seeing the true enemy is Brad.
Exactly.
Because he's kind of, I don't know, he's
a man, let's start
he's
there.
interesting when it comes to them. Like, he wants Annalise to chase him, but yeah, I don't know.
There's a certain control element to how he moves about the two girls that just I'm not a fan of.
Yeah, that's
And
something you gotta work on.
Definitely tell how it affects literally all three of them.
Mm-hmm.
They are the cause of their own problems.
Yeah.
Mostly Brad,
True.
but all of them are the cause of their own problems.
You know.
True.
I guess speaking of character dynamics while we're going through, I've also seen pretty popular ship, all things considered, of Sarah and Isidore. And then also Isidore and Drew. I really don't see that one. They very much read brother, sister to me.
Yeah, Isidore and
I
Drew is just
agree with
victory
the
siblings.
sibling dynamic.
Like, obviously ship whoever with whoever. But speaking as someone who grew up with both a brother and a sister, that is the most classic dynamic of siblings I think you could possibly muster. Like, oh, we hate each other, but actually we secretly care for each other deeply.
Yes. I agree with that. And then Isidore and Sarah, I kind of get a little bit more. But I don't think it's gonna happen. Guys,
get
I'm
it,
sorry.
but I also don't get it, if that makes any sense. Like, for both,
I see where the ship comes from.
We're both young, we're both friendly with each other, we're both trying to figure themselves out a little bit. I don't think it's in a sexuality way, but that's okay.
That's the fun of the ship, man.
Yeah.
Just like, oh my gosh, they looked at each other.
True.
And then it just springs forth from there.
Mm-hmm. They shared one glance for 5 frames, absolutely getting together 3 seasons later.
They're doing it.
I think they are good friends for each other. I don't think they go to a romantic level. I don't think they probably be into each other that much long term, but I think as friends they work perfectly fine.
I can see them being like maids of honor for each other if they end up getting like super close like that, like best of friends, but I don't
Oh my god, that sounds adorable.
Romantic.
It does.
Yeah.
Now I want to see that. Wait a second. Don't put these thoughts in my head, Joey.
Well, let's find
But yes,
Sarah,
their
someone
dynamic
else
is
other
very
than
cute.
Brad. Let's find Isidore, someone, and then we'll talk about it.
Isidore is definitely not ready for a romantic relationship. I'm gonna be so for real.
No.
I guess while we're talking ships, is there any secret shipping that you two have? Well, 2. I meant 3. I'm sorry. Y'all have.
I can't say I really go there.
I mean, I
For the
usually
most
don't,
part,
but while
yeah.
we're on the topic, you know.
Yeah.
Like I don't mind like shipping a character or 2 every once in a while, you know, for a little fun of it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't think I have any particular one I have in my head for this show. I will give credence to the crack ship of VJ and Charles because like if you put them as a concept together, I think there's some fun to that.
Yeah.
It will never happen in the canon because of different factors, but like as a concept, it's cute.
Yes.
It-
For
it-
me, I think Tino and Kylie are a better ship than Kylie and Finn.
Yes.
That's my opinion.
With that, you have classic case of like nice strong jock, strong gamer girl, nice gamer girl, and them kind of just coming together, figuring out their differences in their world and seeing their common ground.
Yes.
And like what we've seen of their friendship is very wholesome. Let's be real with ourselves.
It's very healthy.
Yes. But yeah, their dynamic is very cute.
Yes. And as far as the VJ and Charles point, if we got rid of Dylan, if we got rid of Nina, I could see them working off of each other pretty well personality-wise. But again, he's married. I don't want to go homewrecker route, so.
No, 100%. Like I said, this is 100% just in concept. I think it's cute, but I know it will never happen.
Right.
Yes.
Just because of a little bit.
We are
that
not
we've
hoping
seen
for
in-
canon here.
No.
No, DJ is a lot of things. He's not a homewrecker.
No.
Yes.
No, we're breaking into Co's house, guys. We're changing the script.
Let's go. What was I gonna say? I had
I
thoughts.
believe it was the plan.
It's gone. Are there any characters that you guys would have liked to see interact just in general that we didn't really get to?
Ooh.
Hmm. I mean, I do think Seth is kind of like, you know, you could go with a lot of characters.
Yeah.
I do think it was sad not seeing him get to interact with his gym buddies a little more, because you know it seemed like they had a fun little friendship going on there. But we can't have nice things on Reality Resort. Only drama.
So I've had the idea a couple times once we ended up watching the live feeds and saying it out loud. I think I'm going to do it. Going back to what I was saying earlier, when it comes to trimming down to creative narrative, there's usually conversations and strategic moments that end up on the cutting room floor, just because it doesn't end up developing into the main story of things. But what I think would be fun is if we saw Seth trying to rizz up pretty much any girl with a heartbeat instead of just Annalise. And the idea I had with that is him trying to approach Kylie, but Kylie being just completely aloof to it, just because, you know, streamer probably gets that sort of thing all the time, especially with cosplaying. So she's not even picking up what he's putting down.
Yeah, it's like, wow, what a nice
That would be
chatter.
very hilarious.
Yeah, I think we'll get him at that.
I think it's definitely funny because, like, when you think about it, I do not want to like demean her by saying this. I am sorry, Annalise. I love you, but like Seth rizzing up Annalise, I cannot believe I just said that. Is definitely just easy mode.
Yeah.
God, I cannot believe I just said that.
Try rizzing up Olive, and then we'll talk about a challenge.
You know,
Exactly.
that's what we needed. You know, we needed the more episodes so we could Get him to rizz up every character.
That would be crazy.
I feel like we're just creating Love Island at this point.
No.
I mean, with how popular that show is, I'm sure some people wouldn't complain.
True.
True.
Honestly, I'm surprised for having
I would
been
love
any
to
fan
see
advocate.
Monica lecture Seth after all of that.
Yes.
Him being a mama's boy and all.
That works
Well,
so
you know.
well.
No, Mama does want some grandkids. No.
Girl.
Sorry, I shouldn't have said that.
Seth could never handle
No.
babies.
Not in the least, no.
No. He'd get there and he'd realize he had wildly miscalculated.
Yeah. Like, what do you mean I can't play catch with him 2 seconds in? What is this?
What? Oh, he'll be fine. I put him in the truck. He'll drive himself down to the store. Seth, 2 years old.
He's not even 3 foot. Come on now.
I gave him a stick. He can just hit the gas with that.
Oh my god.
Oh, good lord.
So, yeah, maybe the next topic should be how good of parents will the reality resort contestants be besides Monica?
Besides Monica.
Like-
And I guess besides Marcus too, because we kind of already know there.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel
So,
like
yeah,
it'd be
we-
very
it's
easy
like-
to dunk
it's
on
like a s-
Annalise and be like, oh, she wouldn't be a good mom just because she seems very flighty, very ditzy. But if I can bounce off of Persona just for a moment, as someone who has a whole bunch of things on this channel, in Persona 1, there's a character by the name of Ayase, who's similarly kind of ditzy, kind of flighty. She also has a
Yeah,
pretty,
say we stand.
she also has a pretty strong nasty streak, but it kind of comes off funny, so it's fine. It's chill. In her ending, it does bring up her becoming a mother eventually. And I don't think it mentioned anything about her being a bad mom necessarily. So I can kind of see Annalise following in that similar trajectory of like, hey, she had her wilder young days where she just kind of got to do and say whatever, and then ended up settling into a nice home life.
I feel like Annalise would be an Instagram mom. Like,
Now that I can also
she
see.
wouldn't necessarily be like a bad mom, and I feel like she would probably spoil her kids. I feel like she would be a girl mom. She would spoil her daughter and like give her a little bit too much freedom and then regret it later.
I think when you remember that she's been modeling since she was like, what, 6?
6, yeah.
She
Which is-
definitely
Yeah.
would like, she would definitely just like let her daughter live a more normal life, you know?
Yeah.
That would be nice.
So on the the Seth to Monica scale, you know.
Yes.
There's more Monica is what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
A little closer
Yeah,
to Monica,
definitely
yeah.
more responsible than Seth, I think.
A little bit. Is there anyone who altogether should not have kids? I mean, obviously Seth, but anyone
Well,
else?
you know.
Okay, let's just get an obvious one out of the way. Drew.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say.
I would say Marcus, but too late on that. Oops.
Very much. Oops.
True.
I don't
Yeah,
know
I don't
if
think
Cheryl would be
Drew
the
is
best with
equipped.
kids. Like, she would either be an awesome mom or like a really bad mom who thinks she's doing her best but isn't. That's the kind of read I get with Cheryl, at the very least.
I
Yeah.
think she might work better as one of those fun aunts, you know?
Yes.
Yes.
But why not? That you see like every Christmas or Thanksgiving or whatever. You see them a couple times a year.
Yes.
They give you nice gifts and then vanish for the rest of the year.
I think Cheryl would take that role perfectly.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Hmm.
I'm looking at the rest of the cast, trying to form like various opinions.
I mean, if we're talking aunt and uncle stuff, I think VJ would also be a pretty fun uncle.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think so
he's
too. I
definitely
think he
Uncle
wouldn't want
Archie.
to touch parenting.
Not in the least.
Nope.
He'll be there or watch your kids for like a day, maybe a week, and then after that, here, take them back.
Yo. I think Kylie would be a good mom just because, like, she knows what it's like to have all that pressure from your parents and not feel like you're good enough. I think she would be, like, very cautious in her parenting if she were to have kids.
Can absolutely see that. Yep. And then I guess one more for
But
right
I think she
now.
prefers cats than over kids.
True. And then I guess if one more character to talk about, Olive, of course, is an anomaly because what is she going to do? Like, actually,
Is it weird
Yeah.
that I think she'd actually be a good mom?
I think she'd be an
I
okay
think so.
mom.
I think she would, like, in the grand scheme of things.
You can see that.
True to character, it's just kind of hard to get a read on her in that department. Like, obviously, she has good memory or relationship with her grandmother,
Hmm.
but considering who Olive is, I just can't see a clear path to how she would parent, let alone if she would even want kids.
Yeah, I can see your point. It's just like a weird soul read I have.
But just think, you can just, your kids, they don't know anything. You can just be like, hey, if you don't behave, and then you pull out some cards. I'm seeing real bad things in your future.
No,
Oh my god.
accurate to form, but no. If you are
No,
a
she
parent
could really
raising
be
a
like,
very
I
young
will
child,
know if
don't
you do
that.
anything ever.
Yeah.
Try to set herself up as Santa Plus, basically, where it's like, oh, I know exactly everything you're doing at every hour.
Yeah. Her kids would be very paranoid if that's the approach she took.
Bouncing off that, basically just raising like maybe 2 or 3 Drews, which good luck, Charlie. No.
Yeah.
That would be a lot.
A little bit, yeah. We never talked about Block 5, did we?
No, we got sidetracked.
All right, let's talk about the last block before the jury then. This would have been the one that was based on sports. We had the volleyball challenge, which I really liked, another one of my favorites that we've done thus far. And then also we had the classic dueling sticks challenge with Topaz and Tino, even though that wasn't really the highlight of episode 10, but that was a thing that did happen. Let's talk about it.
Rama, the block.
Drama.
Yup.
Yo.
I think that blow up was a very good way to just kind of act as a reset point for
Mm-hmm.
the jury block, even if it hasn't shaken up all that much in the grand scheme of things. At the very least, seeing everyone with just tensions running high and just getting messier and messier should eventually lead into a more interesting jury phase. And I'm pretty excited to see how everyone reacts to that.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. It's like, I think it makes a lot of sense that Topaz and Tino, 2 characters who, on the level, probably the second most friendly block battle duo behind Cheryl and Kylie,
Mm-hmm.
where they have their own stakes, but it's definitely the stakes of everyone else around them, with all the drama kind of blowing up, being more important. It makes a lot of sense, since they are realistically a little disconnected from like the wider array of drama happening.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's also very good to point out character arc-wise too, because Topaz is kind of on a lone wolf type deal. Tino was definitely more on the social side, but we didn't get to see too many of his bonds, at least the ones that lasted for more than 2 or 3 blocks. So either way, both of them would probably have been running a little solo. So it's nice to see that contrast between them just having their own fame versus the main core, if you will, just duking it out.
Yeah.
Right.
I just think it's
Poor
like a really interesting situation, and I think it came out pretty well in the end.
Yeah.
Getting into Tino's nomination itself, like, I get wanting to get rid of a strong physical threat before jury phase. I guess the question would be, do you think it would have been smarter for Olive to go after Monica and Sarah in that case, considering the two of them had teamed up with Tino and Topaz in the last block, and just try to create like a loose 4 that way?
Yeah, especially in like the last block, you know, it's like, is it really the physical threats that are the big ones, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I think that's kind of, you know, it's like there's been a balance, you know, it's like, it's not all about just, you know, it's a mind game.
Yeah.
That's the thing that
I
pisses
think
me
it
off.
just comes down to them underestimating everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to mention, like, when you do kind of think about it a little bit, getting rid of Tino particularly is probably a good play, because he does have like a decent amount of social bonds that we both know of, and maybe even off screen had a good amount of standing with the rest of the cast, especially with how like everyone reacts to him losing.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, with Topaz then staying from that, you lose someone with like a good amount of social bonds who would probably not get put up more often than not in the jury phase. And you keep someone who's going to be fighting more often than not, kind of alone. Hard to like really see them working with too many people in Topaz. So I think there is something to gain with how this ended up working out.
For sure. I'm just thinking alternate realities of like, what if we got rid of this person instead of this person? But then again, that goes back to the whole butterfly effect thing.
Yeah.
Endless possibilities.
Yeah. And then going back to physical threats really quick, that's something that we see in Big Brother a lot too, where it's like, oh, you have a strong, muscular guy, let's get him out. When in reality, Big Brother is just carnival games. They're all carnival games. Just because you have a
That's true.
6-pack and can bench 340 doesn't mean that you're going to be good at ping pong or whatever they end up doing.
I don't know. I think in the actual show, there's some merit given how usually comp reliant the endgame gets. So I can see the merit, but yeah, they are, for the most part, just parlor games.
I mean, there's something to be said where you have, let's just say, 6 active, fit people, like regularly active, not necessarily bodybuilders or whatever, versus in the case of Big Brother 25, which, spoilers for that season, I guess, but also kind of a bad season. Sorry. Where you have an end game where it's someone who really should have been out at that point going up against senior citizens.
God, you're so right.
Yo.
I don't like how that season developed at all. Probably in my bottom 10. Not as bad as, say, like, BB19 or anything, but it's down there.
Yeah.
Like BB19 is just a kind of like ickier season. BB25 is like, how did this happen season?
Exactly. To give some slight context for BB19, for those that haven't seen it, one returning player, and the entire dynamics revolves around this one returning player who is given automatic safety until jury. Not a good time. Is there anything generally that we want to go over really quick in terms of like challenges, where you think certain characters might have gone if they went fervor, that sort of thing?
I was just trying to think of realistically how far Kylie would have gone if she survived both block battles, and I feel like she wouldn't have really gotten that much further because in that game, first impressions are everything, and when her alliance was blown up immediately, it wasn't a good look. And I think that just kind of damaged the rest of the game for her regardless. She would have to comp out for a long time.
She probably would have been one of those cockroach players who like barely survive but gets constantly nominated or near nominated week after week.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, it's one of those moments where I had a thought and then just gone. Although I think it just got it back. Okay, bouncing off the idea I had earlier with the whole VJ blackmailing Kylie thing about the idol. I think if that played out, I would probably have her rank around 7th or 8th. Like, a little bit into jury, but not too deep into things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see the vision in that.
Me too.
Well, thank you.
How far do we think Seth would have gone?
I don't
If,
think further.
I'm gonna be super real. I've been trying to like look at these past challenges in the pre-story phase with Seth context. I'm like, I think he's only good at like 2 or 3 of these max, and most of them are in the sports block.
True.
Yeah, like it could be it could, you know, be a bit of a cockroach if you got like all the physical ones, but otherwise it's like he doesn't seem like he'd be aware enough to work himself into any real like alliances, or you know.
There's a player from Survivor 21, Wendy Jo, I think her name was, where no matter what she would have done, she just had a very contrasting personality with the rest of her tribe. Just down to how she moved, how she talked, that sort of thing. Tried blowing up on people who were older about not asking how old she was, even though that's usually one of the things that you don't ask a woman. I don't think Seth would be that bad, but there's very few possibilities that I see to where Seth wouldn't be a first boot. Obviously, Emus would have needed to comp out for him to not be one of the first nominations. But outside of that, it would have had to have been someone very different on the Toucans taking lead if he was also going to avoid nomination on that side. In that case, probably a Cheryl. And Annalise leading, though, would be very funny, and I would love to see that. But I just
That would be really funny.
I just don't see a lot of realities where Seth makes it any further in first boot. Similarly to how I think Cheryl wouldn't really survive the first 3 blocks. Again, that just kind of comes down to how... I don't want to say loud, but the only adjective that's coming to mind is loud. Just how loud she is with her strategy.
She wears her emotions and most of her stuff on her sleeve.
Yeah.
Can't really do that in a game like this, though. That's a problem.
No. Poor Cherry Bomb.
Speaking of the absence of Cheryl's and Charles's VAs, I probably should have covered this at the very start, but oh well, have fun this late in. For Raitix, it is currently closer to 1 a.m. his time as we're recording this. So he's dead asleep. And then Cheryl's VA, we just have not heard from. Wherever she's at, I do wish her the best. Just never got a response back, unfortunately. Speaking of Raitix, though, just really quick, I did ask him if he had a couple questions he wanted us to answer. We did cover one of them, but there are two things that he had that we can go over really quickly. The first question that he had was, what were your initial impressions of your respective characters?
Ooh.
That's a really good question. Well, let me think of that.
I can go first. Mine isn't really that deep.
Go for it.
When I was like reading everyone's like bios for the auditions and then getting the Tinos, my impression for him was just like a chill guy for the most part, and I was right. He just seemed like
he is a chill guy.
He just seemed like a very down to earth kind of guy. Possibly could go into meathead territory. I'm thankful I didn't have to go into that territory. Thank goodness. But
yeah, I probably would have gotten on Cove a little bit if we steered in that direction with him. Sorry.
But no, I just kind of had a good impression with him, and I'm glad I got to voice him because of it.
Yeah,
that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I think I was kind of like in a similar boat. I was like, oh yeah, Seth seems like a really chill character. And then we got to season 2, and then he's throwing rocks at people. I'm like, oh, kind of an a-hole, actually. Yeah, it was really funny because it's like, yeah, I got to that part. Like, I was going through the script, and I'm like, oh. So it's kind of just as much a surprise to me as it was to anyone else.
Like, Tino was a saint for being so patient with Seth.
Yeah.
I gotta give him credit there. He tried, at the very least.
Yeah.
He did.
I do think my favorite part of episode 2 is how everyone ended up reacting to Seth as if he just dropped a slur. Like, let's be real for 5 seconds.
Yeah. I told Cove, I was like, man, well, you gotta censor him. Put the censor beeps in there. Make it like he was actually swearing. No, I think
love that scene.
Yeah, if I was gonna like do it, like kind of think back on any of the lines, I do feel like I could have put. I don't know what you. I don't know. I think that like, I do kind of wish I think that is one of the one lines. I was like, man, like going back, I'm like, man, maybe I could have put a little more emotion into that one. I feel like I might not have done that one as well as I would have, as well as I could have. But
I loved your portrayal of Seth, honestly. I thought you did a great job.
No, thank you.
We just needed someone to be a boy failure. You ended up voicing a boy failure as well as he needed to be, so good job.
Yeah. No.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. My first impression of Kylie is I thought she was like a really interesting character because I've never auditioned for someone super quirky like her before. But I thought she would be like a little bit more snarky and not as like likable. Mm-hmm. Just because based on her audition lines, it kind of felt like one of them was like, like, it's just a puzzle. I do puzzles on stream with my cat all the time. It's not that deep. So I thought, okay, maybe she's like a little know-it-all annoying. But no, she's like really sweet and maybe annoying to some people, but she's very like lighthearted and fun.
Mm. I guess bouncing off of that, I do remember when I auditioned for writer position. Just backtrack a little bit. I did originally audition to be both Seth and Finn. I sent my audition into the wrong email, and on top of that, it wasn't the best mic, so kind of glad we moved in a different direction there. But when it came to writing, I ended up doing one scenelet type thing where it was just like 2 characters that I kind of made up on the spot and kind of developed them a little bit. But outside of that, I also put in a script for a reality resort scene, just like, hey, here's an idea. And it actually involved Monica being a lot more strategic than we ended up seeing. Because with Monica, she's a very social player. The scene that I had was her kind of being cut for it with Charles, actually. And just like, hey, I'm going to make this bond. I'm going to slit his throat later, but for now, I just need to get the ball rolling on something. It was like a night 1 interaction, too.
Wow.
Obviously, very wrong read of who Monica was, but my thinking there was because she's so obsessed with reality TV, she probably has all these ideas in her head of what would be a good move to make here, where it should cut this sort of person, that sort of thing, and was trying to play into that a little bit.
Yeah, that makes sense. I do think it's refreshing, though. Monica isn't like the typical super fan that's trying to make all these moves, and she's just along for the experience.
Got you.
I feel like you could do something fun with that. Like maybe she like goes like all in on this like crazy strategy, but then like at the end she realizes like, oh my gosh, I can't go through with this. These are real people. This isn't just people on the TV.
I like
Yeah.
that. That's a good,
That would be. That is cute.
that's a good crisis of morality there. I like that. Okay, let me get into Raitix's other question here. And unless anyone has anything else, I think this is going to be last thing. Do you have any preparations you do to get into character? I, for example, have specific phrases that I say to recall the character's voice quickly.
Sometimes I just repeat that one Kylie line, like, that's so meta, and like the snort, which I won't do right now because my throat is killing me. But
Save a throat.
I do say that quite a few times to kind of like get in her head.
I talked about this in one of the episode reactions I did with you, Joey, but
Speaking of, those never really ended up going up. To give context to people, I did record reactions up for like episode 7 or 8, one of those two. It just ended up being a thing where editing power wasn't really on my side, where we didn't exactly have that free time. And I don't want to put up audio recordings 8 months after the fact. So that project's just kind of shelved.
well, at least now you can bring it up.
Yes.
Fresh.
Sorry, it just came up. Go for it.
Nah, you're good. But for the longest, I used 2 different lines to kind of get into Tino's head. The first was one of the lines about sleeping on like actual gym benches. The way that just got me into his voice was never not make me laugh. And then I think this was episode. Ooh, I do not remember what episode it was, but he had a line that went "chill, Topaz," and I just started using that too.
Ooh.
I love that.
I want to say that was like episode 4 or 5, somewhere in that range.
I think that was it. So once I got that line, that started just being a line I helped use to get into his headspace.
I feel like I don't know that I ever quite had a line to latch onto for Seth. Maybe if we had a couple more episodes.
Yeah.
But there was one line from like the audition that I feel like I would go back to that like it never actually made it into anything. I had to pull it back up. It's
Take
like
time.
yeah, I was like, okay, I see you, and I'll raise you one more. I got this. Trust. Just like, I don't know.
I love that.
That was like, well, I was like, man, that was a fun one. But
Just based on phrasing there, I think that got adapted into one of the episode 2 confessionals, like very early on in the episode.
Yeah, I could see that.
Unless I'm misremembering, it was the end of episode 1. But I think we did nominations in 2.
Yeah, no, it does
It's been
seem.
a
I
minute.
feel like I remember there being a confessional line having something similar to that.
Where it was something like, okay, I see what's going on.
Yeah, I see what's going on here. Y'all are threatened by me.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. That's. Nah.
anyone have anything else we want to go over?
Not that I can think of personally.
I think we covered a lot.
Absolutely. And of course, if anyone has any questions about our thoughts on anything, feel free to leave those down in the comments. But for now, we are going to call this a wraps. That was a nice solid hour. To our VAs, where can people find you, if they can find you?
Okay, I will go first. I have Twitter and Instagram at It's Kylie Jade. KYLEEJADE.
Perfect.
I'm not big on social media, but anywhere you can find me, you'll find me under Nuisance Barge. Just, came up with that when I was 12, and it's just kind of stuck.
I wasn't going to say anything, but yeah.
Well, I actually got it from a Mario and Luigi game, so.
Okay. See, my screen name comes from a Mystery Dungeon game.
Hey, you had taste.
Basically,
Good taste.
Basically, the default name was Poke Pals, and I was an uncreative little shit around the age of like 12, 13. So, being the narcissist I was, I just replaced Poke Pals with Joey Pals, and it's kind of stuck ever since.
I love that. Oh my god.
I didn't know that lore.
Well, there you go.
That's amazing.
Much like Shane, I am not too much on social media, but you can find me on Bluesky under the handle Voice of the Inferno.
Voice of the Inferno. Got it.
Yes.
All right, everyone. Thank you very much for listening. I do plan on doing one of these with both the jury and finalists at some point. So I guess it's a mixture of leave your jury predictions / let me know who you would want to see on a jury roundtable. I'm going to try to get as many people as I can, but if things don't work out, they don't work out. For now, this has been the Reality Resort Roundtable. For my regular viewers, we do have a Persona Vocal Tierlist coming soon. It's a very long video, even longer than this one, but when you have 162 songs, it's gonna take a minute. So, yeah. All right, y'all take care. We are signing out. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye.